What if I told you that the solution to one of aviation's biggest, most complex environmental problems isn't some brand new engine or a wild synthetic fuel, but actually one of the oldest crops in the world?
I mean, this is the question for the airline industry, right? We all want to travel, but the pressure to clean up flying is absolutely immense. So, how do you make it sustainable? It's a massive puzzle, and there are literally billions of dollars being poured into finding an answer.
Now, you're probably picturing futuristic electric planes or these super complex fuels brewed up in a sterile lab. And yeah, people are definitely working on that stuff, but one of the most promising and maybe most scalable solutions on the table right now is, well, it's something else entirely.
That's right. We're talking about industrial hemp. A humble, incredibly versatile, and, as it turns out, remarkably powerful crop that's really poised to transform not just our fuel, but our whole approach to what a green economy can look like.
So, okay, let's dive in and break down exactly why this simple plant is being called an unlikely hero for the future of flight.
I love this quote because it just nails the whole idea. Think about a Swiss Army knife. It's not just a blade, right? It's a whole toolkit in your pocket. Well, that's exactly what hemp is for agriculture. It's this whole suite of solutions packed into a single plant.
Okay, so here's the more formal definition, but let's just translate that into plain English. Multi-output just means you get a ton of different valuable things from one harvest. Low carbon means it's great for the climate, and it's a biological engine that helps heal the soil while also being an economic multiplier that can really boost a local community.
All right, so here's the most important part. How in the world do you get from a plant to sustainable aviation fuel, or SAF? Well, the magic here is that it does it in two incredibly efficient, totally separate ways.
This is the key to its genius. The plant is basically a two-for-one deal. You've got the tough, fibrous stalks, which are packed with cellulose, and then you've got the tiny seeds, which are super rich in oil, two completely different fuel sources from the exact same plant, which means you get amazing efficiency and pretty much zero waste. So, path number one starts with the stalks. You take all that woody material and convert it into a special kind of ethanol. From there, you use proven alcohol-to-jet technology, which pretty much does exactly what it says on the tin, and you upgrade that ethanol into pure, ready-to-use jet fuel. It's a straight shot from the stalk to the sky.
Then you've got the second path, which uses the seeds. You press them to get the oil out, and then you process that oil through something called the HEFA pathway. Now, this isn't some crazy new invention. It's the same standard method that's already used to turn things like old cooking oil into biofuel. So two proven technologies, both leading to the exact same high-quality, sustainable jet fuel. And here's what that adds up to in the real world. When you combine what you can get from both the stalks and the seeds, just 1 acre of hemp can produce the raw materials for about 300 gallons of renewable fuel. I mean, think about that. That is an incredible yield from just a single acre of a single crop.
But remember that Swiss Army knife we talked about? The fuel is awesome, but it's really just the main blade. This is where the story gets even cooler. Let's look at all the other tools this thing provides.
The whole system is designed around this brilliant concept called industrial symbiosis. It's really just a simple but powerful idea that, in nature, there's no such thing as waste. In a well-designed system, every single output just becomes an input for something else. It creates this perfect closed circle.
And here's what that actually looks like. So from that one hemp plant, yeah, you get your jet fuel, but you also get materials for bioplastics, biochar to make soil healthier, building materials like hempcrete, you can sell carbon credits, and you even get food-grade protein from the seeds. Literally, nothing is thrown away.
But what's really amazing is that the benefits start way before any of that happens. Before it ever becomes fuel or anything else, the hemp plant itself is already busy regenerating the planet right from the soil up.
So as it's growing, hemp is like an active force for good. Its super deep roots break up hard, compacted soil, which helps it hold on to more water. It can literally pull heavy metals and other toxins right out of the ground. It's a process called phytoremediation. Plus, it grows so fast and thick that it naturally blocks out weeds, so farmers don't have to use as many herbicides.
And here is the big headline for climate action. This plant is a carbon-sucking machine. It can pull down 22 tons of CO2 out of the atmosphere for every hectare every single year. That's a rate that's better than many forests and way better than most traditional crops.
And this creates this really elegant closed-loop system they call soil-to-soil.
The plant breathes in carbon from the air, and then, after it's processed, the leftovers are turned into a stable charcoal called biochar. That biochar gets put back in the ground, locking that carbon away safely for a very, very long time. It's a perfect circle.
Now, all these environmental benefits are fantastic, but they're also the foundation for a powerful new regenerative economy. This isn't just about the planet. This model is designed to create real jobs and bring prosperity back to rural areas.
And this is what that can look like on the ground in a state like Kansas. We're talking about projections for over 6,000 new jobs. And it's everything from farmers in the field to folks in processing plants, all the way to high-skill engineering and R&D jobs. It's a serious blueprint for revitalizing local economies.
And look, this isn't just a pie-in-the-sky idea. There is a concrete, actionable plan to make it happen. It's all built on these 6 key pillars, covering everything from getting the first pilot plants running and training farmers to securing deals with major airlines. This is a real, comprehensive roadmap.
So what does this all add up to? When you put all of these pieces together, what does the future that they're trying to build actually look like? Let's just zoom out for a second and look at the long-term vision.
The timeline is definitely ambitious, but it's also crystal clear. By 2025, the first pilot production lines are up and running. By 2030, a whole network of these regenerative farms is established. And the big vision? By 2035, Kansas is positioned as the world's hemp-to-jet capital, creating a genuinely carbon-negative way to fly.
And that leaves us with this one last really powerful thought. This whole hemp-to-jet story is just an incredible example of systems thinking. It proves that the very best solutions can be both incredibly high-tech and deeply connected to the natural world. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other game-changing solutions just like this one are out there, hiding in plain sight?